Hello, good evening, and a very big welcome to A Date with a Dinner Set, Programme 300. I'm so excited. It really is amazing that we've been going on and on and on for nearly 6 years, and always people. It's so lovely to see you. Hello, Anna and Doug. Long time no see, Anna. Fantastic. Hello, Lizzie on your phone. Fantastic. Wow. Hello, JP and Tamsin from sunny Portugal. Hey, it's quite sunny over here. Not probably the same temperature. Who's that? Maria. Fantastic. Gosh. Isn't it amazing? It's so lovely to see so many of you here this evening. I hope this finds you well on A Date with a Dinner Set. Hello, Sue. How lovely to see you. I'm probably going to spend my whole evening saying hello to people and chatting. That's not really the idea. In case you're thinking about when is it time to turn on the TV or the air fryer or wine o'clock, we're going slightly longer tonight. We're going for an hour. We've got 9 pieces of music lined up as well. Hello, Janet and Linda as well. Fantastic. Hello, Steve. Gosh, I said I'm just going to be talking all evening. It's all very exciting, isn't it? Yeah. So as you can see, we've decorated somewhat. If I move my head, you can see we got 300 balloons. Well, 3 anyway, but you know, you can fill in the gaps yourself. The piano has been suitably tuned and spruced up for the occasion as well. Good evening, Martin, and good evening, Jeannie. Looking well. What, me? I know, I'm amazing for my age, actually. Good evening, Janet. How wonderful to see you. So, the programme is much the same as it always is this evening. So, if you're in the chat room live, as indeed hundreds of thousands of you are, and want to chat, then please do. If not, just listen and enjoy. And a lot of people have promised they're going to watch on catch-up. So that's great as well. So our opening bit of music this evening seemed suitably dramatic, and I know you're expecting to see a harp player in a great big frock at the end with playing all those arpeggios, was the music that was used for Sunday night at the London Palladium all the way from 1955, a glorious piece of tiny music called STARTIME, and it was absolutely... We'll try and remind you, Steve, to put the oven on at 7 o'clock. I hope it will fit you, chap. And STARTIME was composed by Eric Rodgers. Now, Eric Rodgers has several claims to fame. And Eric Rodgers was actually the person that did the orchestration and indeed all the writing down of a score for Oliver for Lionel Bart, and scored a lot more of Lionel Bart's pieces, because Lionel Bart, a great musician, but he couldn't read or write a dot of music. And the other thing that Eric Rodgers famously did was to compose the music to 22 of the Carry On films. So that was his piece, STARTIME, that really dramatic piece. And it seemed we needed drama. We needed drama this evening, I think. So look, I've got my coffee, so all is well in the world. We will crack on, because as I say, we've got 9 pieces to get through before 7:30, and I don't want to play them so fast because I've been talking too much, because it's not really the idea. As always, if you want to join in the chat, then please do, and do enjoy everything we have to offer this evening. I can guarantee you're going to know at least two of them. You might even like one of them. You never know. Anyway, do enjoy. Slurp a coffee and off we go.
more time. Let's try it one more once.
There we go. How about that? I'm exhausted before we've properly started now. Good evening, Jean. And who else did I saw somebody else. Hello, Martin, up in Yorkshire. Fantastic. Very good to see you. Yeah, April in Paris, April in Walton-on-Thamesshire, actually. All the way from 1932. 1932 was when that was composed by the wonderful Mr. Vernon Duke, who also composed Autumn in New York, amongst other things. It was made very famous in 1955 by Count Basie, the arrangement for Count Basie. And that was what I tried to emulate with the famous Pop Goes the Weasel trumpet solo. It's a classic arrangement, especially when Basie shouts out at the end one more time and then one more once. So, yeah, I absolutely love that arrangement. It's a classic of the sort of post-big band era, and Basie at his finest, just adding a few little twinkly notes here, there and everywhere. It's fantastic to see you, Martin. So I'm just going to remind everyone, if you expect you've done it already, to press the thumbs up button if you like what you see and you hear on A Date with a Dinner Set. Oh, an apology, because some of you unfortunately got the wrong link in my haste, and I was doing various groups of emails. I sent some people a link to the advert, which is quite clever marketing, really, wasn't it? So I hope you found us. I concluded that if you wanted to find us, you would. So there we go. That was our opening one. Now look, let's calm things down a little bit with another classic piece and one of my favourite composers, and I think you'll know the composer, if not the title of the piece itself. underhand techniques. I like it. Yeah. Mark, your comment made me laugh actually before I saw the double entendre in that one, because having decided that I would do the second verse of that with a right hand tune and do the rest of the bossa nova accompaniment with a left hand, I couldn't work out, as you noticed, which hand was going on top, so there was a constant sort of, but we all need exercise. We all need exercise, don't we? That was, of course, as so many of you said, Corcovado, or Quiet Nights of Quiet Stars, by the wonderful Mr. Antonio Carlos Jobim, Tom Jobim, one of the people we feature very heavily on this show. What a guy. 1960, the real height of bossa nova, and one of the first people to record it was Stan Getz, and also João Gilberto with Astrid Gilberto as well. But I think it's just an absolutely classic bossa nova, that one. It's just so nice. Yeah, so it won't apply to any of you in the chat room because you're chatting and therefore you're subscribed. But if you're happened upon this merry little bit of merriment and you wish to be a part of the YouTube Gigi the Piano Man community, then do press the subscribe button. And if you wish to be informed of when things are happening, like the Friday uploads or indeed the live shows every Sunday, then press the notification bell and that will, well, it will do its thing for you. Right, what's next? Oh, that. Great. Oh, right. Yeah. By the way, so somebody said to me in an email, so how are you going to decide what to play for program 300? Because you must have a repertoire of about 300 pieces. Well, it's probably nearer to 400 actually. It was quite tricky, but there are some very obvious things like some Antonio Carlos Jobim that needed to be in there. And rather than let you have any say in the matter, because you couldn't be trusted, to be quite honest, what I thought we'd do is I almost did a random draw of the hat, except I didn't have a hat and I didn't do a draw. But it was fairly random from the list of all the records that we keep, how to fill in the gap, so to speak. And I did look at what we hadn't had before. And one or two new things along the way. Maybe. This is not new, but it's lots of fun. I hope you enjoy. I thought you'd enjoy that one, however you spelt it and whether you used the full title or not. Captain Scarlet, fantastic, fantastic bit of music, all the way back from 1967, and of course composed by the wonderful Mr. Barry Gray. He who really composed the music for all of the Jerry and Sylvia Anderson series. Captain Scarlet was the 8th Jerry and Sylvia Anderson series, and it was a bit darker, really. Those mistrons, those green blobs, were a bit frightening, weren't they? And it's quite a lot of violence in Captain Scarlet, but a great theme. And what I didn't know until recently, that in the original titles, a Scarlet is typed out in the speed of a drum beats, which is something interesting. Oh, the other interesting factoid is that according to the research I have done on Barry Gray, he composed that one in the time when he was living in Esher, just down the road from where I am currently. And I rather like the fact that he had his studio set up less than a mile away, composing that absolutely groovy theme way before your time, way before my time as well, Hannah, actually. But as we know, this could actually be the 300th birthday celebration of my brother Mark, let alone a date with a dinner set. So there we go. Captain Scarlet is what that was, and I'm just totally worn out now. But from Scarlet Red to Banana Yellow, because today, yes, you heard it here, folks, April the 19th, apparently is National Banana Day, our friends over in America tell us. Yeah, it's also National Garlic Day, but I don't like garlic. Well, I do like garlic. I don't like dealing with garlic. Actually, thinking about it, I don't like bananas either, but it seemed in a more appealing picture to put up. So there it is. There it is. National Banana Day. Split bananas and all. So there we go. Hang on, I've got to read that. Francis Matthews based his voiceover of Captain Scarlet. Really? Good heavens. You hear it all here, folks. Thanks for that little factoid info nugget, Miles. Wonderful. Okay, let's have something calmer, eh? Well, we hired that lady in the frock to play the harp for the beginning, so I thought we'd use her again at the end. That was indeed Someone to Watch Over Me. Someone to Watch Over Me from 1926, as Marty said, from the musical OK. OK, as in K-A-Y. OK. Composed, of course, by the wonderful Mr. George Gershwin. We had to have Gershwin. Well, I had to have Gershwin anyway. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that one. Yeah, the original production starred Gertrude Lawrence. Apparently that song has been officially covered 1,800 times. It's one of my favourite Gershwin songs, but then to be quite honest, he wrote some bangers, didn't he? Really, absolutely fantastic. So if you were with us early on and you weren't late to the game because you were attending to your wine glass, your coffee cup or your air fryer or anything else, you might have seen we had a little gallery moment where I did hello Bethany, where I did a little gallery moment. We had about 100 pictures taken from various dates with the dinner set, a date with a dinner sets. You get the idea. If you want to go back afterwards, there's a 10-minute gallery playing. Now that was leading on to something. No, it's not. It's not going to happen. But what I will do, because I've had quite a few emails, people have emailed me and asked various things about the program, how it's all produced, and can you tell us how many this, that, and the other. So I'll just bore you with a few little stats, if we may. Not too many. Don't panic. Press the right button. You fool. Yeah, so here we are. We finally reached program 300, and I calculate that by the end of the evening we'd have played 2,472 pieces on this program since we started back in June 2020. So that's the first little factoid for you. We started adding opening music in September 2022, and so far we have done 185 pieces of opening music, about 175 different ones, according to the calculations. Since we started in June 2020, we've gained 741 new subscribers, which is wonderful fun. And come on, next fact. Yes, many hundreds of silk ties and oh gosh, so many coffees since June 2020 have been worn and consumed, as it were. The most played composer, no surprise there, is Michel Legrand, followed by George Gershwin. And what's the last factoid? Oh yeah, the least played bit of music on this show is the next one you're going to hear. I think you'll recognise it. I had a lot of fun doing it, so press the magic button and off we go. played, as you identified, Hannah. It was Bugler's Holiday by the wonderful Mr. Leroy Anderson from 1954. And so I was doing some practicing. Well, actually, I should have been doing some practicing on the organ that night, but I got a little bit carried away making a few recordings, including that one, and I thought we'll pop that one in to program 300 because it's just such fun. Leroy Anderson just writes such fun, light orchestral music. He really is the master, the American master of that. A lot of his pieces are sort of 2.5, 3 minutes, which, you know, fitted neatly on one side of a 78 and just right for radio play, that sort of thing. So I'm glad you enjoy that. Oh, wonderful yellow applause signs going on. Lots of fun to do that. Bugler's Holiday. Bugler's. Actually written for 3 trumpets and orchestra, and that was a sort of on-the-fly organ adaptation of the piano score, which in itself is an adaptation. But there we go. So from that organ, that quite powerful digital organ over in Claygate, to a very different sort of organ was this week's upload. Look up the original, Steve, because you'll hear how it how it should sound. This week's upload, I went to do a little video project and recital. A good friend of mine called John Bunting, who built his own organ in his front room, that is his lounge, for his grandson. And my great friend David Hogg, son of Martin, who's with us in the chat room this evening, did an amazing little video film. It's well worth a look. I'm promoting my own video here, but there's it's such a characteristic bijou little organ that you feel the direct connection with all those pipes. Absolutely amazing feat of engineering, putting a great big kit together to install that. And it's, as I say, it's quite a characteristic little sound to it. So just before we go, and you'll see I've had cards. I've had cards, me, and I've been practicing all afternoon, not the piano, practicing this wonderful card from Alison. Let's see if I can get it right now. Which does that. Isn't that super fun? I've been very careful with it because I'm known to break things. Not deliberately, you understand. So isn't that super? So thank you for that. And then on the other side, from Auntie Ros, and it says inside, you've always been my favourite nephew, please don't tell the others. Oh no, I got that wrong. You've always been my least favourite nephew, don't tell the others. Love from Auntie Ros. And then this wonderful thing, you know, I'm barely lifted up, from Mark and Judy. Yeah, isn't that fantastic? And look at all these wonderful screenshots inside. What a wonderful memento. Thank you so very much. So, yeah, don't think you're the favourite nephew, Mark, for goodness sake. So there we go, and I've had lots and lots of emails as well. And one of those emails said, "Gigi, you are an institution." I think that's what it said. Anyway, an institution, a bit. You know, you've always been there doing this program, a bit like the Archers. Ah, hello, Mr. Videographer David Hogg. How fantastic to see you. Wonderful to see you and Steffi. Now, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, you're an institution. That's what this email said, and I thought that was rather nice. But it got me thinking. Sunday nights, a date with a dinner set. What else? You know, if you're of a certain age, which many of you are looking here. Hello, Colin. How lovely to see you. Fantastic. If you're of a certain age, you will remember certain TV programmes of a Sunday night. So I've put together a little medley of these 8 pieces. So there are 8 pieces. If you would like to try and guess what they are, do type them in. I will tell you afterwards. But these remind me of Sunday evening TV, that dreaded feeling of back to school. And that was just when I was a teacher, I tell you. Yeah, so I hope you will enjoy these next. You're right, Mark. It should be good, but it probably won't be. So, disappointment is everything in this show, isn't it? But there we go. We'll give it a go, hey? I see all these names flash up before me, and I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're right. Of course, you don't forget that you are about 35 seconds behind what's actually going on. That was lots of fun to do. Hello over in Portugal, and we have other people in Portugal, but it's very good to see you. Fantastic. More, we'll come to that. Let's show you what it was. Where's my button? My button's gone. There we go. Okay. So Yeah, the first one was All Creatures Great and Small by Johnny Pearson, not actually written for the show, written as a bit of library music called something. Black Beauty by Dennis King, Barbara's neighbour up in Walberswick. Songs of Praise, written by Robert Priseman, written as an organ piece, actually. And then the next one was Upstairs, Downstairs, written especially for the show in the Edwardian style by Alexander Farris. And then after that, we had Last of a Summer Wine by the wonderful Mr. Ronnie Hazelhurst, Mr. Theme Tune himself. And then following that, we did indeed have That's Life. I love that tune. It was written actually as a jazz song, so it has got lyrics to it, by David Lee. Then The Vicar of Dibley by the amazing Mr. Howard Goodall, who happens to be also a very lovely person the time I met him. And then finally, the South Bank Show music, which was the Paganini variation, but it's actually the version used on the South Bank Show is by Andrew Lloyd Webber, his variations written for his brother Julian on the cello. But that's the connection more you were thinking of with that one. So that was Sunday Institutions also going on. Right, we'll crack on. We've still got 3 more to go if you're still with us. No Duchess of Duke Street. Before my time, Miles. You're a different generation, chap. I did think about that one. Oh, hello, Ian and Anne from sunny Devon. How lovely to see you. Fantastic. Says more. So those of you of a certain age will remember the TV programme Face the Music and Joseph Cooper's Hidden Melodies, where he would actually very cleverly hide a melody within a lot of other stuff. And that's clearly what I was doing in my little Sunday night institution medley. I was hiding the Vicar of Dibley, which is quite hard because she was quite a size, wasn't she, really, within my little melody. It was so well hidden that I didn't play it. I'm really sorry. I was thinking the next one. Which might be why none of you sort of guessed it when I was playing. Anyway, back to the story. What were we playing and who was first? Marty, you were first. What are you doing the rest of your life? And that was from 1969, indeed, by Michael Bigg. Michael Bigg, where are you? Michel Legrand. And there he is with the wonderful Marilyn and Alan Bergman, and the equally wonderful Barbara Streisand. You did only have 7, Barb. I shortchanged you. How rude. How jolly rude. Thanks, Miles. Don't tempt them. They'll switch over. Yeah, now that picture tells a story. There's 2 stories to tell. Have we got time? Yeah, we've got time. I'll just play the next one quickly. First story is that apparently it took Michel Legrand a long time to come up with that tune. And he'd had a songwriting session with Marilyn and Alan Bergman. And he'd come up with about 9 tunes for a certain sequence in the film, and they basically politely, I expect, said no, they're all rubbish, and he got in one of his Michel Legrand type of French tiffs, which apparently he was wont to do, until eventually Marilyn Bergman came up with that iconic line, "What are you doing the rest of your life?" And that was enough to set Michel off on that wonderful tune. And that is a modal tune. And one of the times I saw Michel Legrand play live at Ronnie Scott's, he went into this long rambling anecdote in his sort of Gallic drawl about all the various modes and all the clever things that he'd done. And then there was this absolute silence in Ronnie Scott. So, he said words to the effect of, "You don't really give a stuff, do you?" About that, which was hilarious. Oh, and the other anecdote about what are you doing the rest of your life, it's from the film The Happy Ending from 1969, by the way. And the other little factoid about it is that Barbara Streisand was popping round, as you do, to Marilyn and Alan Bergman's for dinner, and she saw this bit of music on the piano, and she said, "Oh, play it to me." So Marilyn Bergman, who was also quite a good pianist, played it, and she said, "I have to have this song. I have to have this song. I have to be the one that records it." I can't imagine Barbara Streisand being like that. Can you? Like the prima donna. I really can't see it. Anyway, and they had to sort of very delicately tell her that she couldn't have it, that it had already been written for a film, and the person singing it had already been decided. There you go. You heard it here, folks. Now, obviously, everything you watch on A Date with a Dinner Set is always free, but if you feel like buying me a bit of coffee or piano tuning, there is a link beneath this, a PayPal link, if you want to buy me a few beans, as it were. I know, isn't it amazing? I know all these anecdotes, and isn't it so wonderful that the internet can find them for me at the drop of a hat or the drop of a balloon or whatever. Now look, we've got 2 more tunes to play. I think we better get on with them, do you not? So you'll recognise this one straight away, and there's a certain person in this chat room, I hope he's still here, who will even more recognise it straight away, even more. I tell you what, we're making good use of that harp player tonight. Well, she commanded such a fee just to do his little twizzles at the end of pieces. So I thought we would need to use them. Yes, it was indeed You've Got a Friend in Me from 1995. It's frightening that it was that long ago. From Toy Story, of course, and composed by the wonderful Mr. Randy Newman, who'd been around really as a performer and a music arranger since the 1970s. Very characteristic voice, a very clever man. He's scored, I believe, 8 films for Disney Pixar. Quite an amazing chap. And yes, the reason I knew that you would recognise it straight away, young Moore, who's with us in the chat room, who is only 12 years old, I hasten to add, and currently studying for his grade 8, did a fantastic upload a couple of weeks back on his channel of You've Got a Friend in Me, and it really is absolutely fantastic. Do take a look at it if you can. So we're going to go shortly into our final bit of music, but before we do, I need to say thank you for a lot of things, really. So in case I get all emotional, let's put the card up, because this support that you've been giving me has been going on for a number of years, and there are people in this chat room who have given extremely generously, that has allowed us to purchase equipment, that allows us to do these things, and people keep supporting. The best support you really give is by coming along and having a laugh in the chat room or leaving a comment on videos. It's not going to stop here. Of course it's not going to stop here. We'll be back and do it all again for programme 301. Possibly not quite so many balloons, to the tune of not 3 balloons. But yeah, we're going to keep going. You know, my dear father did a hospital radio programme for well over 10 years, and he notched up 500 programmes, and I know he would love this sort of thing. So, you know, we'll keep going, and that answers your previous question, Jean. So we will do our final bit of music, and then we will say goodnight in our usual way. I do hope you enjoy. More, can you type in the name of your channel again, because I can never remember it correctly. If you type it in, then people know to have a look at your channel. Thanks, chap. Course, What a Wonderful World, as sung so amazingly by the wonderful Mr. Louis Armstrong, was #1 in the UK, actually in 1968, and composed by George David Weiss. And it seemed an appropriate one to finish with this evening. So I am going to play you out because I want to make use of that harp player that we've hired for the evening again. It's been such fun, and you are so wonderful to support in this way that you do. And do come back. As I say, we'll do it all again next week and the week after that and the week after that. It's all been fun. It's all been fun. All the very best, and good night.